Welcome back to the Demguyspodcast. I'm this guy Raheem. He's that guy Muheez. And today we've got a very special guest, Mr. Craig. How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing well, my bro. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Muheez, I didn't even ask you how you are, bro. How
In
you
it,
doing?
in it, in it, because the guest will say you're forgetting about me. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. You want to introduce the topic?
Yeah, let me introduce Craig first. Obviously, you know what, Craig? Tell us about yourself, yo.
In it, yeah.
Basically, I'm 18. I'm from Southwest London, and I host my own podcast called "The Meaning of Life from Craig's Perspective." Hopefully, the man them there will leave the link in the description below.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get that
For
story.
sure.
We'll get that story.
No
Of course,
worry,
of
no
course, of
worry.
course.
What's it about?
So basically, it's a redemption podcast, basically. So I have my friends or contacts here, and their guests. They come onto the show and they discuss the struggles that they've had in their life, and it ranges from about suicide, attempted, well, not suicide because they wouldn't be on the podcast, attempted suicide, depression, anxiety, rape, miscarriage, the whole load of it, and they
Some deep
basically.
shit, some deep shit.
Obviously, they come into my podcast and they share their story and they share on how they were able to come out of that dark place in their life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, that
I
really.
hear that. It's about serious things. We've got another serious topic for us today. We're talking about toxic masculinity. So I'm gonna go to Muheez first. Muheez, bro, what do you think toxic masculinity is?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I know a lot of people, like, when I ask for suggestions, they've been asking for this one the longest. So I guess we had to make sure we did it right. That's why we got a guest, so we made sure we do it right. But anywho, toxic masculinity, I feel like it's like society, like the way they look upon, like, how you explain it. I don't. How do you explain it? I don't know what to say. Like,
Want me to help you out?
yeah, go on.
I thank you, sir. So basically, what I think it is that you know how society has norms for boys, like they should be like
Yeah, that's it.
what's it, the male, the provider, the breadwinner, and
Yeah.
the sporty Usain Bolt, and then you have the guys on the side in it that aren't like that. They're more chill. They can hang with the girls. They don't listen to like the type of like proper rough type of music, and therefore they're just like, you're not a man because you don't do what society tells you what a man should be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it creates a culture of people, young boys feeling like, you know what, I don't think I'm a boy just because I'm a bit different to what my man Billy's doing over there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's what I personally think it is, but
That is
to each their
hard,
own.
bro.
I mean,
That was
No,
that is
really.
one of the best things I have heard today, bro. Like I've been at school all day, and I don't think anyone is talking to me with the level of intelligence that my man has there, bro. Honestly,
thank you.
that is the best thing I've heard because I hadn't even thought about it from that angle of that, like when people feel like, oh, maybe I'm not a boy, I must be another gender because. But what is a boy? What is a man? Do you know what I mean? You can do all of these things. Like you
A
Yeah,
can
lie,
listen to
man.
all. You can wear pink. You can play with Barbies. You can do whatever you want, bro. You can sing like Adele. You can sing like flipping John Legend. A
It's
man is a
just
man.
yeah,
like, don't let society dictate to you what is a man and what isn't a man. Because at the end of the day, society is flawed as we all know it. You know what I mean? There's little cracks, and it's 2020 as they like to say. You know what I mean?
and it's 2020, so everything goes in 2020. So it's
Like
lit, it's
times has
lit,
changed.
exactly. But yeah, I'd say we start off with maybe like, well, the first part we can focus on is about like male insecurities that are like looked down upon in our society. So maybe, for example, the way, for example, how you said about sports, like if you don't like sports, maybe people think you're weird or you're gay. Let's say, no offense to that, but that's the word. I'm just quoting. But people may say, oh, because you don't like sports, you seem quite feminine. How you might think about that?
If I'm honest, the whole men not liking sports thing is a whole load of rubbish. Because imagine people like John Legend, yeah. He's an excellent singer. Do you think my man really played NFL when my man was younger, or was a big defender like PK when he was younger? Nah, not
Yeah,
really. And look how talented he is. Like, look at the
yeah,
money that he's raking in, and look at the wife that he has. Like, are you
yeah.
still gonna call him? Oh well, you're feminine because you don't play ball. Nah,
Yeah,
man,
you sing.
it's a whole load of foolishness because that's like basically saying all boys you must play sports. If you don't play sports, you're dead. All boys, if you're not physically active, if you don't bang gym, yeah, you're not a man. What?
Yeah,
Like, how stupid is that? Like, not everybody's life revolves around football. Not everybody is like athletic. Not everybody has genes like Usain Bolt, bro. You know what I mean? Like me, currently I'm studying law and business. My fitness is a bit weak in it, but because I don't play ball, because I'm not really sporty, am I less of a man? Who are you to tell me that I'm less of a man just because I'm not doing what society dictates of? Well, if you play sports, you're you're a lad's lad. Like, get out of here, man. Leave me alone.
No, that's facts.
The
That's facts.
term lads, bro. The term lads in itself irks me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I literally cringing about here. I just think, what is that, bro? Like, what? Because, and now also it makes it seem like it's always guys putting that pressure on other guys to behave a certain way. And all the time, I don't think it is, to be honest. I feel like it's society's fault as a whole, but now, um, boys as well as girls have that expectation of what a man should be. Like when we
Yeah.
tackle toxic masculinity, it's always something that boys need to change. Correct. Boys need to stop treating other boys in that type of way. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I feel like people ignore the pressure that girls put onto men as well to
Boys,
behave a certain way,
most
to,
definitely.
to act a certain way, to like the not actually it's less common nowadays, but girls do look to boys to provide, to men to provide, really, not boys. Boys are boys, you know what I mean? But
I
you know
feel
what I
like there's
mean?
a
Like,
I feel like it's a trend really like the whole my man's gonna buy me. No, I feel like a lot of girls they like to make it seem like they want to be independent. Like not to say you can't, but I feel like a lot of girls, well not a lot of girls, a few girls, let's say, they like to make it seem like, oh, I'm gonna be independent. But once they're in a relationship, they expect everything to be handed to them on a silver spoon. Like especially at the age we're at right now, like where no one's really make like I feel like in relationships as well in this day and age, I feel like finances is actually quite a factor in it. Like I'm sure if there was like two guys, the girl would rather go for the richer guy because she knows she'll get showered in presents. Whereas let's say the guy's gonna offer like no love or something, she'd rather go to the guy that can buy a Birkin or not a Birkin because it's too expensive, but like MK and Michael Kors bag or something or McQueen's, you know what I mean? Like they don't want love. They want lust in it. That's the type of world we live in right now.
No, but let me just defend the girls real quick in it. When they say that a independent female, I believe this is what most females are saying. Not that they don't need a man or they just want to be spoiled. Well, let's be honest. The man that want to be spoiled and they want to be spoiled, okay? But I feel like that whole I'm an independent female. We less give a fuck about that. Like you already know those type of girls, them city girls there are in the
City girl
USA,
from
the United
that's
States of
from
America. Honestly, so
yeah.
in my opinion, independent female is someone that is, regardless if I have a man or not, I'm independent. I'm still getting my bank. I'm still focusing on my education. To have you just a form of companionship, like it's nice. It's nice to have a relationship. It's nice to be in love. You know what I mean? It's nice to have that little sex
Yeah.
here and there, or someone to talk to you that isn't just a friend. So when they say they're independent, it's
Yeah.
just like I don't really need you too tough, but I need you for like the companionship. But other than
Friendship,
that,
yeah.
I can get my money and so and so. But
But I feel like a lot of girls like I don't know they have that mentality because that's the wave. But when it comes to the situation, like I don't want to say a lot of girls, 'cause I don't want to generalize, but like I would say there's a part of them where they feel where they go with the whole act. But when it comes to that relationship, they're saying, "Oh, can I have this? Or can I have that?" Like a lot of finance, like gold digger type of stuff. Like the finance is one of the main reasons why they were in that relationship. Not to say all girls are like that, but I feel like
exactly.
it's a big factor in the age we're in now. You know, in fact, you know what? I want to mention one thing I saw. I think it was Mostak that posted this. It was like about how women don't build. And like how, like let's say if a woman was rich, she'd never look at a poor man. But if a man was rich, he'd be more likely to look at not even a poor woman, but a poor man, a poor woman, but more of like someone that's less, that's like considerably less in like their wage. What do you guys think about that?
um,
I think you're 100% correct, if I'm honest.
I feel like I've never
wait,
seen
say that
women.
again, Raheem.
I feel like I've never seen women like with, not to say that there aren't out there, but I feel like it's like you're less likely to see a woman who would go for a broke girl guy than her, or she would even look in his direction because she wouldn't want to be associated with something like that.
To be
Well,
fair,
well,
I do hope that's changing with our generation. I do
Yeah,
hope
most
that's changing
definitely.
with our generation. I know almost certainly the generation above us and definitely above them, it'd be why do I need a man if he's not giving me that kind of money? Because that's almost the kind of outlook they had on men. But with all the stuff that we're doing now and how progressive we are, I think we are quite a bit better than them. To be honest, I feel like women now they care about money still more than they should, and what and like a lot of
Equally
women still
men
hold
though. We're
that
not
a man
we're
can.
not misogynist around there. Equally men too,
I
just in
like,
case they
I
start
feel like
getting
that's what
answer.
you had to add. I feel like that's what you had to add as well, Reem. It's just not like it's like it seems like we're kind of slandering women, but all the ladies listening to this podcast, no, we're not on that wave, innit? It's just like, what do you then say, like, as a man, yeah, well, you guys are like 17, 16, innit? If you saw a girl that was like, let's say, like a lower class than you, or let's say she's working and she's not on the same amount of P's as you, so say you're on like, okay, let me change it. Say we're like 21, 22. We're like
Mm-hmm.
doing corporate jobs in it. We're on like 50K a year. Hopefully that will happen in it, in real life. And then you see a girl like she's a humble girl, like and she's working at like Lidl's, and you find her attractive. And then you hear the bank that she's on and say you're on, like, remember, you're on 50K and she's on 20K. Would you look in her direction? Like,
Most
let's be
definitely.
honest.
If I liked her, I liked her. And if I liked her and I saw that she's a little and I still liked her, then it ain't gonna change. Ain't gonna change. Like if I like someone, I like someone, no matter like what you are, who you are, what you believe in. Like if I liked you, I liked you, innit? What about you, Raheem?
Raheem, what would you say to that?
Oh, okay.
Well, for me, it's a bit different if I'm honest. Like for me, one of the things that I think is that I feel like guys, I don't know. I feel like most of the pressure does come from like a joint, and I feel like society as its own has one of these things. But I feel like men are told to be like more picky with like women, as in like men are always kind of picky with, oh, she has to look a certain type of way. She has to want to do this for me, like for example, cook and clean for me. Do you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
monetary value isn't something we place on girls. Where I feel like
It's more of the housewife kind
when
of
we
vibe.
look at pardon?
Is it more of like the housewife kind of vibe, like the men,
Yeah,
like
most
mental for
definitely, bro. But like so exactly like the same type of guys that want housewives, and obviously they're incorrect for wanting that. Do you know what I mean? Like your traditional
Yeah.
housewife. I feel like girls also do the same thing to men, but it's not really. So I
You
feel
can't
like
have both.
as a whole
Like
group, we
yeah.
have to grow. Do you know what I mean?
You need to have the right mentality together because it will cause conflict if you have these like high expectations. Like you've got to come correct before you get into a relationship. Like knowing that like you're both cleaning, you're both cooking, you're both taking the kids to school, you're both doing all of this because it's a joint relationship, in it. Because unless she is a housewife and she's chosen to be a housewife, don't put in like a situation or the opposite way. You don't want to make the guy like just because the woman makes more than you doesn't mean that like he has to be a houseman. He's a houseman, house husband, isn't it? House
I
husband is
think
Guys,
something
but
like that.
you know what I've got to say, yeah. Bees, you made a good point. It's crazy that the point of if she's earning more than you, and so say she's on 60K and you're on 30K, like how would you feel about that? Would you feel like you're less of a man, or because a lot of people would think like, raw, subconsciously, like low key, let's not lie, certain man them are like they're they're a bit jealous, kind of,
I can't.
or they're a bit rather that their wife is earning a bit more
Yeah,
money. Would you man be jealous over that?
I can't lie. Low, like the thing is that of course I'd be happy that she's making more than me. If I'm with her anyways, I know she's making more than me. But deep down in my heart, like I know, like a little, like I don't know, but this is due to the toxic masculinity. Like in my heart, that I should be feeling. Like it's never like it's not like any. It couldn't cause an argument because it's not that deep. But it might be like like one of them ones where like you're in it, like you're just having thoughts in your head, and you just think to yourself, wait, she makes more than you. How do you feel? She's basically taking care of you because in your head you've got that idea that like you're meant to take care of her, take care of the family, be the breadwinner. But in the whole scheme of things, she's making more than you, so you feel like almost you've gone to her, if you got what I mean, instead of her
Wait,
coming to you. But like for
that's
me
society's.
personally,
That's how
you say
society spends it. But sorry to cut in it. But
that's
that's how
cool.
society spends it. Yeah, the girl should come to the man, and it's just like, what? But why can't I go to her? And therefore, I feel like that would be a reason why you're feeling that bad of, rah, she basically looking after you. She's your daddy,
Yeah,
fam. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
exactly.
sorry,
One
continue.
time. Now, I'm just saying, like, personally, for me, like, honestly, I'd be happy in it. I'd be very happy. But I know, like, maybe in my heart, like, never in my heart, like, in my head, like, I might have a random thought one day, or it could slightly disturb me, not to the extent where, like, for example, like your partner won't be perfect. Like, they'll have the insecurities about them or whatever it is. But you don't, obviously, it's like one of them ones where you don't mention, like, it's just like, it's just there. Like,
It's
you
in
just
your
keep it
heart.
to yourself. Exactly. So it's like, it's something I keep to myself. But I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like it's a bit of a personal thing. I don't know. It's like, it's very touchy. Raheem, what's your take on it?
Well, for me, I don't think. I feel like me personally, I feel like I'd be kind of like you. He's like I'd want to be here. I want to sit here and be like, no, I'm super progressive. Like she can earn everything. You know what I mean? I'll sit at home and do nothing. You know what I mean? But like, I feel
I
like
ain't lying. There's no
with
need to
my
lie.
type of personality, I probably would want to be earning more. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what? Do you know what? How far this thing goes? How deep it is? Like the roots that it has on us is that like before being asked this question, I'd never even pondered the possibility of my wife making more money than me. Do you know what I mean? Like it was never
Wow.
even a thought in my head before you asked. Do you know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
just always I'm gonna be making more. This is how it is.
exactly, because that's the way
But
society made it seem. So it's like it's just the way it is. But like, it doesn't have to be that way. But I guess
mhm.
that's one thing we learn as we grow older. Because I reckon like stuff like toxic masculinity, not only you get it from outside, but like also inside the house as well. Like I feel like the house you've grown up in as well plays a part on like your whole ideal of like the way the woman's role is and the man's role is. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, well, this is what, but you know what I don't understand with males that are a bit older than us, you know what I mean? Like the next generation, or maybe like 2 generations ahead. They're like, I don't know. It's just like women are like, maybe they're a bit reserved or they're not as touchy, but it's just like, well, you should be doing this because you're a man, and
Yeah,
you should
because
do
you're a
that
man,
because you're a
for
man this and
sure.
because you're a man that. But anyhow, if I said you're a man, so go do this, or it's a big problem for me now. It's just like I don't understand. I thought it's 2020. I thought it's equality, mate. I thought it's like, I
Exactly.
don't have to do this, bro. Why can't she do this? But anyhow, if I said that on a normal conversation, why can't she do that? Oh, she's my language. You're a bitch. You're a this. You're not a real man.
You're misogynist or something. The
Like,
thing is that it's actually quite funny because like literally when I talk to my mom about something or anything, like let's say if I need to tell her I'm doing something or I want to do something, she'll be like, "You remember Okuriniya, that means in Yoruba, you're a man. Like this is what men do. Like a man has to do something." Like my mom is telling me this. Like this is what she's grown up
oh,
on. Like and the things that she
wait.
always says this phrase, like I'm sure you can relate. Okuriniya, like all the time she's telling me, like if I'm like, just because I'm a man, does that mean that like not even that like I want to do it. Why does the fact that I'm a man mean I have to do it? Can't I just want to do it? Can I not do it for another reason? Like
That's like
That's where you're
good question.
100% correct, bro. It's like for me, right? Obviously, it's like a little bit of like a more jokey side to like toxic
Yeah,
masculinity and what a man should be. Like, you know, when you go out and obviously it's something like it's a gender norm. You know what I mean? The man should pay. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh, you
wait.
for
can ask a
me,
question.
like obviously I'm gonna buzz jokes. Obviously, my wallet's not too fat, so like when I go out, when I go out in it, I'm always thinking, I'm like, why should I have to pay? Do you know what I mean? Like if I want to pay, I will pay. Do you know what I mean? But why is it that like it's
I have to
rude if
pay.
I don't pay? Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
hate that. I hate that have to. Like if I'm paying, so
No,
now if I go out with somebody, yeah, somewhere, I will not. If I don't even see signs of their like, if I know their mentality is that I have to pay, first of all, I probably wouldn't have gone there with them, or
yeah.
like, I won't go there again because I don't think that's like fair. Do you know what I mean?
Would you speak to them beforehand about it, or would you just like go and just be like, "Yo, how's the payment working at the end?" Or would you ever discuss it at the start of like the whole linking?
See, I don't know. I feel like that's just weird. Do you know what I mean? To just be like, yo, before we go there,
You paying it?
like
Are you gonna
before we
pay?
get to the store, bring your money. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's just weird. But like I feel like you can kind of guess the type of person that you're talking to. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but let me give you a scenario then. Both for you to answer. You've gone out with a girl, you like her, you think you know her in it, like you're enjoying the vibe. You say, okay, let's link. You've gone to Nando's, you're eating, you're enjoying yourself, good time. Comes to the payment, she goes, and then maybe the waiter comes and brings the bill, and then she just says you're gonna handle it in it. What happens then?
I am going
If
to
she
handle
said-
it.
You're gonna handle it.
She's mad. She's actually very,
Yo,
very mad.
no, but let me make it even worse for you. She's not brought her wallet. No
What?
no Apple Pay,
Okay,
no
no.
Apple Pay. See, never Huawei. Anything that's not like electronic. She ain't got no Apple card or anything. She got no cards on her phone. She literally has no payment. She has Uber home and Uber there and Uber home. That's it. She just came.
So she scheduled the Uber from my yard.
Yeah, she's been pre-booked. She's come
Man
with
said
no money.
prepaid Uber. That right there is a scammer. That's not,
No cap.
bro. That's a scammer. That's a fraudster. 419, bro. Yahoo boy, Yahoo girl, bro.
Yeah, no cap. What about you, Chris?
Raheem,
How would you feel?
I said I'm handling it. You know how they do it in the movies. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Yeah, well, go to the bathroom. Man's
Through the window.
running through the window. Man's dashing. But on a serious note, if she said you're gonna handle it, first things first, we're going on a date. Yeah, I like you. I'm feeling you. I'm gonna go to the date with peas in my account that I know. Let's just be honest. The most expensive price is here. She goes for this, and I'll go for that. It's gonna come to this amount. So just in case she wants to do the mad thing, yeah, and leave it all on me, I'll make sure I have peas in my account in it. But then again,
Yeah,
in
that's
my
what
head,
I'd do too.
I won't be expecting anything out of it. I'll just be like, well, traditionally a man's supposed to pay. So you know what? If I'm honest, I'll pay for it because I won't be going to the date with no peas on my account. So if a girl does try that on, man says card declined, innit?
No, do you know what it is though?
Mm.
Will you speak to her again? Like, obviously, I do the same thing. I'll go there, and if I have to pay, I will. But I know if I'm paying and she's like moving kind of mad on the menu, do you know what I mean? Like this and that and size, do you know what I mean? Like I know there's certain girls that like I'll pay this time, but next time you talk to me, it's gonna say delivered and it's not gonna say open for a very long time. Like I won't even open your snaps no more.
No, I'm gonna say your snap request is pending until you get added as a
Trust me. Because that's scam, yo. She robbed you basically.
Well,
She
she
just
did
got
it.
free food. She just got free food.
But
she's gonna gas about it in the group chat and say, basically, you know what? Yeah, I got so much food. He took me to Akasan, you know, and I scammed him. And all the girls would be like, well done, love.
Well done. Nah,
Oh,
I feel like if I speak of Pakistan, I feel like a lot of girls as well. They like, oh no, they don't like to. They make it seem like they're not to say that they're not worth anything. Let me still watch what I say, but like, I say like they have high thingies, like high expectations for something like a date. Like you're thinking, you're a student, you might not even have a job, and then they're expecting to go to Gaucho or Hakkasan, and you're like, what? £40. I can't even spend £40. Like, let's say I can't spend £40 on clothes. How am I spending £40 on food for one date? And I'm paying for both of you. Like, do I even have enough in my account? And like, girls have that mentality. And imagine if it was someone like Hakkasan and she did that to you, and she even she said, okay, my taxi say I have to go, so she's left you with the bill. And imagine you can't afford it. What happens then?
You know what happens then? You get arrested, bro.
Nah, I just running it. Nah, in fact, you know what? I don't even know what I do. It's long, bro. It's long. But the thing is that I can
honestly, like obviously we're on topic, innit? People say it's not very masculine of men to cry, but if that happens, I'm gonna cry in the restaurant, bro. I am shedding tears. I'm shedding tears right then and there. Because
I'd start an issue. I'd start an issue. I just start coughing bare, and I'd be like, "Oh no, this food ain't it."
I got food poisoning in it still, so they cut down the price.
And like, sorry to jump from topic in it, but like to hop back onto like something I feel like we missed as well was like the fact that like I think it was near the beginning we mentioned insecurities. Like a lot of girls, like people are realizing more now that men can be insecure as well as girls, and I just wanted to talk on that as well because like obviously we always have like the talks about men expect too much from girls like looks wise. Every boy wants a slim, thick girl. Do you know what I mean? With like
Small,
perfect
5 foot.
height and like no
Exactly.
like
No.
That's a
no
perfect
Yeah,
height.
blemishes, no
exactly.
nothing. But like obviously,
Yeah.
bro, like you man are gonna laugh. I promise you, because you already know where I'm going in it. But like, you have to be for a man. You gotta have your nice beard. You gotta
In
be
it.
6 foot. Like
Oh,
you can never not have a trim. Do you know, bro? I spend like
Or
probably. Well, at one point, I was probably spending like getting a trim every week, bro, because I
why?
just could never not have a fresh trim. Do you know what I mean? What if I'm out
yeah.
and somebody's trying to move to me? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I hear that. Especially, I remember when I
Like,
first started college, because like, for example, so let's say, in fact, we can all give our own stories of like insecurities. Like from a young age, like I was quite skinny when I was quite young, but then it got to an age where I started to get like I got a bit fat in it. Like I was chubby, but it was like baby fat. But I was known as the chubby kid. Like I was saying in an episode that's not even out yet. It should be out by the time we post this, but I had an uncle that used to call me bank manager because bank manager the fuck if you go I mean like like I was
yeah.
fat for a while up until like maybe like year 8, 9 when the puberty started to come in, and then that's when I realized people started looking at me more, girls started looking at me more, and then like I felt like I've done become a new person, and I got to a point when I was like at college. Obviously, you're in a new set of people, and like I always made sure he's like in my head I'm always thinking you can never look dead when you go out or if you go to a public area. And it got to a point when I first started college, I was getting a trim about every 2 weeks. That my hairline was somewhat there. Like, and I was wasting money just because of people's opinions. And it got to a point when I was like, look at your bank account. Look at these people that you're doing it all for. Like, is it really worth it? I didn't even like what did they do for me? That's when it got to a point where I was like, I don't even care. Like, I've got no trim. I've literally got no trim right now.
Wave
But a
check, yeah.
couple, bro, look, the
how
way
dare
the
this guy sit there and tell me he's got no trim?
now I've got no
Look at
trim.
his
What
head.
I
I
said,
got waves. I got no trim in it. But I'm just saying there's something like that. Like
yeah,
I couldn't
Halo.
imagine maybe a year ago that I would show my hair like this if I'd be wearing a durag. But like you get to learn that like you don't have to do these things for people. But
It's
I'd say that's
sad.
one yeah for sure one insecurity that I definitely like I fought through my life. What do you
Mm.
guys have any insecurities or any stories that you want to mention?
Raheem, I'll let you
Alright,
speak on that,
basically,
buddy.
bro, you know what it is? You know what it is? Guys are
Aish,
signaling already, bro. But anyone who's watched this podcast knows by now, or even knows
tiny man,
me, I'm
no,
a
Bro,
but
short guy, bro. And to be
he ain't
fair,
short. He's minuscule from.
to, see this guy, see the toxic masculinity. Look at the boys bullying me,
It's
yo.
everywhere. It's everywhere.
Raheem,
It's
boys will be
everywhere.
boys.
Bro, you know what it is? You know what it is?
Exactly.
But like, obviously, I don't think I've ever been too insecure. I don't really get insecure about my height, but I realize that for certain people it is a problem. And I'm not flipping some philosophical uncle to be giving out advice, but at least how I deal with my height as a problem and how you man can deal with your insecurities is like don't surround yourself with people who see like you're like, for me, I don't talk to people who see my height as a problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I already know what you're
Like
gonna
if my
say.
height's gonna bother you, go chat to someone else.
No count.
Yeah,
Simple, yo.
I
What
hear
about
that.
you, Craig? You had any insecurities.
Insecurity 101, bro. Me, let me go back to secondary school days. Rewind to that couple years ago.
Yeah.
I was insecure about everything in it. The way I dressed. So I got to a point like this year. Man didn't really have like the fresh gums, and like not even to badmouth these people back then. But I guess it's just like the area you come from, the people that you surround yourself with in it. Like
Yeah.
man wasn't like on that top financial Bill Gates type money where man could afford like the freshest garms like that in it. And then
Yeah.
the people around me, they were all dressed in drippy. Like they kind of influenced me to kind of get that type of clothes.
Close, yeah.
Even though I know my mum was hard working, doing double shifts, doing all of that, bro, and trying to get them peas and all of that. And I got to a point where I was just like, yeah, mum, can I have this? And just so like them comments would have been made like, Craig, you're dressing in this, you know, you're dressing in that, bro, like all of this and all of that. My mum fully it wasn't even because like I needed new clothes or just so them comments would stop. Because like she literally took man to JD and pat him on a Puma tracksuit. Anyone can say, well, Puma's dead or Puma's year 8. Man, don't give a toss, fam. As long as it's JD, Donny shouldn't be saying stuff.
If it's JD, it's lit. And brands
then it got to a point. Sorry, and then it was just like, right, man, got this. I thought like, because I was seeking validation from them, man. And this is nothing to do with them. Like all you guys, you probably know who you are. Like this is nothing to do with you. This is just like me in my mental state, innit? I was just like, I was trying to seek validation from them and to see like, right, Craig, this is hard, innit? And then it got to a point where they bro, this is Puma. Why did you get that? Why did you get these shoes? But I'm thinking, I didn't even get them from me. For me, I got them for you. And do you get what I'm trying to say? As in, like, I got this so you guys wouldn't say anything. But it's not, like I said, it's nothing to do with them. It's just to me. I was trying to seek validation from them, and I was a bit insecure in how I dressed because, like, I didn't dress in there. I didn't really have Nike Tech fleeces, and I'm gonna tell you now, in 10 years, if we do another podcast, you'll never see me repping a tech fleece in it. Because I was just like, I want to be different. My mom was always like, just be different, Craig. And my nan always used to say, be a part of the few and not of the many. So I tried to do that, but it just failed, and I wanted to fit in. But nowadays, big 18 in college, I do not give a toss about what people have to say for me, because I surround myself with people that won't even look at me because of the shoes that I've got on my feet, the clothes that I've got on my back. You know what I mean? The Samsung phone that I have here. You know what I mean? It's just like,
shout out Samsung,
man. They like me for who I am. You know what I mean? And I found that like, as soon as I love myself, and I thought like, why are you trying to see validation from them, man? Because Craig, you bought those clothes. Your mum bought the clothes for them, and they didn't even care. So who are you trying to impress? Like, you know what I mean? But now we thank God for the growth, the maturity. But sorry for waffling, but that's my thing, innit?
No, it's facts. Because I feel like the brand one is such an important one. Because even me, like I say, I'm a fan of brands, but it really, because it got to, like, when I was in like year 6 and that, I didn't really wear brands that much. And my parents weren't really like, they weren't really popping like that. So like when I got to high school, I'm seeing these kids wearing Nike, North Face and stuff. I'm like, oh no, I need to get this. I need to get this. Like it got to the point where like I would just be buying like 5 pair of, like a couple of clothes a year just so that like I could wear what they're wearing, so I wouldn't be made fun of. Like, but then you get to I think the most important like way to overcome this is through the self-love. Once you have self-love, you can literally do anything. Like once you're comfortable in yourself to say I am me, I don't really care about what he's got to say. You've got a mentality that he's not really helping me, she's not helping me. Once you've got that out of the way, you can overcome the toxic masculinity. Think to the question that you want to ask us or something.
Yeah.
What is that if you say it now?
No, just a quick thing with like no wait, I'm sure you guys talked about it in your other episodes, innit, about how would you react if your girl were this, innit?
Okay, yeah, we can end it on that. I'm sure people want to hear that. For me, like I don't want it to make it seem like, oh, she, like I tell her what to wear and shit. Like for example, my religion like girls know what they can and cannot wear, and like I'm on that same vibe too. If you like, I would have been with you because of how you are. Like if it was somebody like my wife, then definitely religion causes it like a factor, and I know that what's it called, that she'll have that mentality. She needs to be wearing things that are not even like modest, in it, like things that are calm. You don't want to be showing too much skin and stuff like that. Don't say like if you want to show skin, but show skin without me, if you know what I mean. Like, because
Exactly.
I won't be condoning that.
I feel like what Muheez was trying to say, because obviously I've spoken to Muheez about this topic before, is like, it's more of a thing where it's like, it's not that I don't want her to not wear that because of me, do you know what I mean? Because then the fundamental issue isn't there, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to tell her what she can and can't do because, like I said before, who am I to tell you what you can't do? So for me, it's not really a problem of my girl wants to wear this, I don't want her to wear this. For me, it's more of a problem of like, why am I with a girl that wants to wear it? And that doesn't mean, and that's not even necessarily about what people always think it is about, like flipping, what's called
Jealousy,
showing skin. Do you know what I mean? Talking to other boys, all of this. It can be as simple as like she loves to wear all green or something, and I just think that's weird. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be with somebody who loves to wear all green if I like to wear all red. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't then go with a girl that wears all green and force her to wear red. I just go with a girl who wears all red. If that makes sense.
No, I hear that. Like, she should like you to be in a relationship, you have to come correct anyway, so you already know how it's gonna be. But Craig, you want to answer your own question? Or give your own like last few points.
Yeah, I'll be quick in. Like, to be honest, I wouldn't, you know, if you're in a relationship with me, you respect the relationship and you'll know your boundaries in it. And it has nothing to do with me being jealous or toxic masculinity because did this and people try to make excuses. What you want to wear, but don't even just respect me, respect yourself in it. You know what I mean? But dress how you please, do what you want to do, but respect the relationship and respect our boundaries in it. Don't be dressing like, don't be doing like wearing some bad,
naked thing, fam.
so yeah, basically showing off your breast and back, yeah.
Exactly.
When I'm not there, and then you don't want me to have a problem with it, and you claim that I'm jealous. No, it's not because I have a problem with it. It's just because what the heck are you doing? What is your thought process going behind that? Like, you're in a relationship, and like, what the hell are you trying to draw more man to you? Like, what the hell? Like,
exactly. That's one thing that I like. Sometimes when I see people, I just think like, why would you want your girl to be wearing something like that? Because one time, other like whether you like it or not, you can have the mentality or other man looking at her, they're jealous. Or more time, when she sees man looking at her, she may think, oh, he's looking at me. She'll start looking at you. Is this the guy that I really want to be with when this man's looking at me? You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I feel like that's a great top point to end on. You know what I mean? Like, that piece of advice that I've just heard from both you and Craig right now, bro, is like, that's all the advice that we can give you. I mean, like, be confident in yourself, have self-love, do you know what I mean? And don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. Who are they to you, do you know what I mean?
What do they have that you don't have? Or what can they get that you don't have? You know
and
what I mean?
What makes their opinion more valid than yours? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're here doing you.
What you have doesn't make you any less of a man, any less of a boy. If you don't kick ball, like I do a podcast, I don't kick ball. These men are on the academics wave in it, and they don't. I'm not sure if you man are like sporty people. That doesn't make them any less of a man. So any man them listen out here and you're a bit insecure, don't let anybody tell you you're not a man because you don't do this, because everybody's on their own destiny to greatness. Everybody's on their own destiny, on their own path, and you've just got to figure out what you want to do that makes you happy, not that makes other people happy. Also, don't seek validation from people that don't really care, because at the end of the day, nobody really cares. Find what you like, do what you want to do what makes you happy, and find love within yourself, because once you start to love yourself and learn who you are as a person, you'll realize what these guys are saying here, I don't really care. What these girls are saying here, I don't really care. And don't let anybody's opinion of you dictate on how you should actually be. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's my take on it anyway.
But now, I'd say we can wrap it up now. Pig, you got anything you want to say before we cut off?
Yeah, thank you so much to them guys, you know, me and Muheez and Raheem for allowing me to be on their platform, you know what I mean? I appreciate it. I respect you, gentlemen, you know what I mean? Keep doing your thing.
I love you
more
too,
growth, more views, more streams, more fans. Get me, but God bless and thank you.
You too, man. Raheem, you got any last words?
Love.
Thank you.
Alright, I guess that's it then. Let us know if you want Craig back on. We can get him on for another episode if you're liking the scenes. So yeah, just let us know in it. We've been Demguyspodcast, and yeah, we're out. Like, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe.